Yo, what is up, everybody? So let's go back again. Another chapter from the story titled The Brook, written by JT. Remember to use the links in the description below. Show love to the author. Like, comment, and subscribe. Chapter 2. I awoke to the sound of water beating against the shore. The feeling of throbbing pain, both my chest and forehead, along with the kiss of cold perspiration against my skin. The smell of firs and spruce, to the irony taste of blood. I opened my eyes to see the starry sky and the face of the ivory moon looking back. I blinked a few times, surprised that I could still blink, let alone feel anything. Somehow, I was alive. Somehow, I'd gotten out of the car. I raised myself up into a sitting position and winced as a bolt of pain ran through my ribs. It didn't take more than a small prod and another wave of pain to guess that I'd broken 1, 2, maybe 3 ribs, thanks to the seatbelt, no doubt. Took a deep breath and ran a hand across my forehead. I winced when I found a large painful bump. Great. Just what I need right now. I lowered my hand and took another breath, thanking whatever strange providence had saved my life. I glanced to my west, expecting to see the damaged bridge and the flashing lights of emergency vehicles. Instead, my eyes were greeted by a long, bending stretch of a river, flanked by the tallest firs and spruce trees I had ever seen. No lights, no roads, no people. Just a river, cold breeze, and a dark forest. Closed my eyes and let out a small groan. I realized the current had carried me downstream. What was worse was that I knew full and well that the place the river had deposited me. I just spent the day strolling through the edge of it, and it was the very last place I wanted to be at the moment, especially at night. The Black Forest. Damn it, damn it, damn it, I muttered to myself. Out of all the places to wind up, could it get any worse? Just then, a harsh breeze passed through, bringing along with it a shadow that blocked out the moon. I raised my eyes to see thick clouds gathering above and felt the all too familiar nip of the cold from the nearby mountains. I wrapped my arms around my shoulders for warmth. Wonderful. I got to my feet and dug a hand into my pocket for my phone. I hoped that perhaps, by some miracle, it had survived. I pulled it out, found out it hadn't. The water and the being tossed to and fro had made certain of that. Cracks and spider webbed across its entire screen. Small dark blotches of water beneath it. I saw my own battered reflection within each crack. I looked nothing like the young, fair-haired, 20-year-old exchange student I used to be. I'd lost my windbreaker and been left with a soaked burgundy t-shirt, tan ripped up cargo pants, and a haggard fit. I let out a sigh and slid my phone back into my pocket, then looked around for something, anything that could help me. but all my dark eyes beheld was a thin veil of mist rising within the forest, coupled with a low lighting, thanks to the thick, unending canopy of trees. Made it almost impossible to see no more than 3 yards at a time. To my east, the river ran for what I assumed was another 1 or 2 miles. Several brooks and streams branched off from it, but I couldn't see much beyond that dew of mist, although I could see the peaks of the nearby mountains setting above it. The shore to the north of me matched the south, a thick forest with almost zero visibility. So I've got 2 choices here. I tossed a look at the woods behind. Press my luck and take a stroll through the woods until I find the path or trail, or my eyes flew back to the water. I follow the river. Both choices looked bleak. I had no idea how far the current had carried me, but judging by how close the mountains were, which was very, it had been far. I'd have a better chance of finding a town if I went downriver rather than up it. But still, how far would that be? I mulled over the question a few good minutes before settling on following the river. Sooner or later, I'd have to stumble across some sign of civilization. I just had to. I'm not certain how much time has passed since I've walked, not with my phone busted. The only other item I had on me was my wallet and its contents. And I was pretty sure 15 euros cash wasn't going to get me back home to my dorm. Not in this situation. Of course, I would have traded everything in my wallet at that moment for my jacket back and a break from the stinging pain in my ribs. On a somewhat brighter note, my clothes had begun to dry off, so eventually the breeze wouldn't be too bad after that happened. On a darker note, I'd yet to see any signs of a town or another road, which was unreal. Several towns and roads peppered alongside the Nube River. I knew that for a fact. So unless I had drifted at least 30 plus miles downriver, Gary thought, I should have seen something by then. I trudged on for another painful hour or so before I spotted something. A small splash of orange within the mist. A light. My hopes rising. Hey! I hollered, then broke into a light run. Somebody there? I need help. As the light grew, I heard rushing water and noticed that the river's current had quickened. But I brushed it off. My hopes of being rescued had driven all curiosity out. When I was about 5 yards away, I realized that the light was smaller than I thought, and there were in fact 2 of them, both chest level. When I broke through the last veil of gray, I slid to a stop. Oh, I grunted, my hopes dashed. In front of me were 2 wooden poles with a Victorian-style lantern sitting on top of each. Replicas by the looks of them. They marked the beginning of the trodden path that ran into the forest and the start of an old, wooden, rickety-looking bridge. Beneath the bridge, I saw several rocks jutting out of the whitewater rapids. I noticed that I was near the start of one of the smaller mountains, less than a mile away. Mountain, old-style lanterns, really old bridge. I smiled as I remembered the history of the area from one of my classes just a few days earlier. This must be part of an old historical mine. And if there are lit lanterns, that means... My eyes went to the other end of the bridge and made out a large dark shape on the other side. Station. Maybe I had some hope of being rescued after all. Without thinking about it, I grabbed one of the lanterns and stepped onto the bridge. A sudden loud whine came from the plank underfoot. Uh-oh. I looked down at the damp, dark-stained planks. Oh, please don't do that. I begged the bridge. Just let me across, please. I took another tentative step forward, careful not to put too much weight on it. Oh, come on. Not even near the middle. I closed my eyes and prayed that it'd hold. I took a couple steps forward. The floorboards complained, the whine and a squeak every step of the way, but held. When I reached the center of the bridge, I saw that the large shape I'd perceived earlier was indeed a station. Oh, thank God, I murmured, then took another step, thinking I was saved. Bridge, on the other hand, thought otherwise. A loud, sudden creak, followed by a snap, came from beneath, and the floorboards gave way. "Ah!" I yelped as I fell, dropping the lantern into the water. I managed to throw a hand back the last second and snag one of the unbroken boards. Not cool at all. Despite the burning in my chest, I pulled myself back up and dragged myself away from the edge. Holding onto my chest, I looked back to see that two of the poles holding up the sides had collapsed from age and decay, bringing the entire center along with it. There was an 80-yard gap between both sides now. Damn it. I let my head fall back onto the planks beneath me. I knew I wouldn't be able to make a jump like that. I had no intention to take a desperate swim to the other side, not with the way my ribs were hurt. I looked back at the building that had once been beckoning. Now it taunted me. Maybe I could still get help though. Hey! Hey! Is there anyone over there? I waited for an answer, but no light appeared within the windows. No one stepped out. No one hollered back. Nothing but the sound of my raspy breaths and the rushing water below. Ah, great. I got back to my feet and with a hand pressed against my chest, made my way back to the first lantern. My eyes looked down between my feet at the trodden dirt of the old path. I raised my eyes, following it all the way into the forest. I sighed once more and grabbed the last remaining lantern, set down the trail with the dim hope that there might be another shack on the way. I doubted it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, the end of chapter 2.